Welcome back. In this part, we are going to unpack the differences between manual and automated testing, two fundamental approaches in the world of software testing. Software testing generally falls into two main categories: manual testing and automated testing. But the choice between manual and automated testing isn't always straightforward. It depends on a mix of factors like the type of test cases you're dealing with, your project's budget and timelines, the skill set in the team, the expertise in the team, and also your long term goals. Okay. First, let's talk about manual testing. This is a more traditional approach where a human tester interacts with the software just like an end user would. They are running this software under various conditions, checking to make sure all the features work as expected, and observing how the software behaves, both under normal circumstances and also in more extreme scenarios. Okay. And there are some pros and cons, to both types of testing. Let's talk about the advantages of manual testing. The first one is flexibility. One of the biggest strengths of manual testing is its flexibility. Human testers can make quick judgment calls and they can adapt their approach based on what they see happening in real time. This means they can dive into unexpected areas if something seems off. And there's human insight. There's also the value of human intuition because manual testers can catch issues that an automated scripts might overlook. Things like subtle usability problems or the overall look and feel of the user interface. The automation cannot catch that. And that's why manual testing is not going to go away completely. And one of the advantages is it's cost effective for small projects. For smaller projects, manual testing can be more than enough. And of course, making it cost effective. You don't need to invest in complex tools or have advanced scripting knowledge, which makes it easier to get started. Manual testing does come with its drawbacks. It's often slow and labor intensive. Every feature has to be tested by hand, which can take a lot of time, especially as your software grows. Another challenge is the potential for human error. Since manual testing relies on people, results can vary depending on the tester's attention and experience. And when it comes to large scale projects, manual testing can become overwhelming. Repeatedly testing the same areas over and over isn't just time consuming, it can also be less efficient compared to automation. Okay, so those are some disadvantages to it. Now, let's move on to automated testing. This approach uses specialized tools to run pre scripted tests on the software. Instead of a human tester, the tool does the heavy lifting, executing tests, comparing results to the expected outcomes, and reporting back on any issues that it finds. Automated testing is particularly useful for regression testing, where you need to make sure that new changes haven't broken existing functionality. And of course, it has its pros and cons. One of the biggest advantages of automated testing is its efficiency. Tests can be run quickly and repeatedly, often with minimal intervention of humans. This makes it ideal for situations where you need to test the same functionality over and over, like in continuous integration pipelines. And we're going to talk about those, the CI/CD pipelines. Don't worry about that now. We're going to talk about all that, in this course. Okay. And the next advantage is the consistency. Automated testing also offers consistency because each test is performed in exactly the same way every time. which helps eliminate the variability that can come with manual testing. For large projects or those with extensive code bases, automated testing is a lifesaver. It allows you to cover a lot of ground quickly and ensures that nothing slips through the cracks, especially when the same tests need to run frequently. Okay, so there are some disadvantages too, right? There are a lot of advantages to automated testing. However, automated testing isn't without its downsides. Setting up an automated testing environment requires an upfront investment in tools and skilled resources. The test engineer has to know how to set up these environments and know how to write code and know how to bring up these automation scripts and make it in a way that they are robust and they can scale well. So you need people who can write and maintain these scripts, and that can increase costs, especially at the beginning of a project. And automated tests are only as good as the scripts behind them. They can only check what they've been programmed to test, which means they might miss issues that a human tester could catch, like unexpected user interactions or subtle changes in the user interface. Finally, maintaining automated tests can be a challenge as your software evolves. As your software evolves, your test scripts need to be updated to reflect those changes. This maintenance work can add up over time, especially in projects with frequent updates. Okay, imagine the time it takes to go back and fix those automated scripts if there are frequent changes. So this is a disadvantage of having only automation. So there are pros and cons for each, but you have to pick and choose which ones you want to do. You want to stick to just manual testing, or you want to stick to just automation, or have some kind of hybrid, you know? So it depends on different things. While automated testing can save time and ensure precision in many scenarios, manual testing provides the nuanced understanding and flexibility needed to really assess the user experience.